Should have brought some fuel along. I'm just about out according to the four-wheeler gauge here, or the gas gauge in the four-wheeler, I guess. Anyway, we'll take a ride back there. So this would be the path to get back there. So obviously the first hurdle would be opening this up enough to get a path back there. So, and you know, we're next to the deer stand here. This is obviously not the most direct route to the location, but this path is cut in. Could cut a new path in, but there, you know, that's a hurdle in itself. And then you got getting a concrete truck back here, I think might be a trick. Alright, so we're getting close here. Actually, this might be it. Let me do some exploring and see if I'm where I need to be. Kind of always get confused back here. Everything looks the same. Alright, so here's the location. I was off a little bit. It's pretty close though. Yeah, it's definitely not the directest route to getting back here, but this area here is probably the highest ground area we have. And really, there's nothing in here I would feel bad about cutting down. It's all really immature little pines. And I feel like this would be a great area just to clear this area here, and you got a ton of high ground, and this would be just the ultimate little area. However, getting a concrete truck back here, having no water on the property, no electricity, makes things a lot more difficult, especially when you're in the back. Wait, this is almost all the way to the back of the property line. You can see here. You should be able to, let's see, maybe through here. Yeah, you should be able to see it. So if I zoom in here, that orange stake is the back of the property there. So that would be about 500 feet or so from the road. So, and I don't know what you have to be from property lines, but I'm assuming it's probably out this way. It's probably 25 feet or so from the property line, which we're at least that. We're probably closer to 100 feet, I'd say. But this would be the area right here that I thought would be just absolutely awesome to put a garage back here. Just like a super secluded, no one can see it from the road. And there again, that could be bad too, because I suppose if someone did break in, you wouldn't know until you got here, and passerbys wouldn't know either. They couldn't report it. We're the shipping container right by the road. Anyone that sees it could report that. So, but like I said, this would be a pretty good area if you wanted to put a garage. There's not much here that would have to be cleared that's big stuff. It's the getting back here part that would be a little bit more difficult. I don't know. I've always liked this area back here. It's kind of neat. And then just the fact that, you know, like I said, it's the highest part on the property. It's all downhill from here. So, I don't know. We'll have to see. There's a pink marker out there. So yeah, we're close to the, would be the side lot as well, back this way. But yeah, this was one of the first things I did when we got here. There's this massive oak that was down, and I cut that all up with that old McCulloch chainsaw. So all right, I'll take I think I know a quicker route to getting back to the road. We'll take that way back out. All right, so let's head back. We'll take a different way back. Shift. There we go. All Alright, so this is going down, and this stake here would be, like I said, the side line, this one with the little pink flag on it. And this is lower, but I don't know, maybe this wouldn't be the worst possible way of getting back here. I mean, it's a straight shot from the road the way it looks. This is pretty clear and wide. And this gets us to the road. So I don't know, I guess it's not horrible. And you can see that power pole there is approximately where our side marker would be for the lot. The problem with this is we'd have to put a culvert in because the ditch isn't flat, so we'd have to put a driveway in, which is probably, I'm sure there's a permit and some cost. And then again, we'd still have to do some clearing to get back there, but obviously it looks like a lot less clearing to get back there. And then my other thought would be to move the shipping container back there as well, but yeah, I'm not really sure. Alright, we'll take a ride up the other end. I'm just gonna get her going here. I don't know, I couldn't get the thing into third gear. I don't know if it really matters. It was spinning the whole time anyway. Obviously, I mean, it's not going to happen overnight. I mean, since we've owned this property, we've made some pretty good strides. I got a place to house a tractor. I have my own tractor. I have my own chainsaw now. So, I mean, when I first started here, I was coming out and doing everything by hand, cutting up the blocks wherever the tree had fallen, and then pulling them out either with a wagon or carrying them out by hand. So, I mean, that way I've made some progress cleaning up this woods. But I don't know, that garage, that would take some time, I think, if I gotta do all that extra work. Whereas, you know, if you did it here, if you were gonna pull power in here, you're pretty close to the road. It's not gonna cost much. Granted, I don't know how much we'd use the power out here. It's more of a convenience type thing. And then, you know, getting a truck in here would be pretty simple. Construction equipment, whatever they would need to put up a garage, it would be pretty simple. I don't know, I just wish there was a different way. I don't know. There's no other way of doing it, really. I mean, if you want a concrete floor, you got to be able to get a concrete truck back there. I mean, you could, I suppose, haul it back with skid steer bucket by bucket, but boy, that's going to take some time. You know, I guess it's possible. Anything's possible, but which would be kind of cool too, because then it would be more remote and it would be harder to get to. You wouldn't be able to drive a vehicle back there, which is ideal. So, I don't know. We'll have to see what the options are and go from there. Alright, so I'm just going to pan here. This is back in that same area. It's not the exact location we're going to walk there. You can see this is all high ground here, and if you look at a map or plat book, I think it shows like there is just a small section on this property in this woods where it's high ground. So we'll take a walk. Ooh, it is really slippery out here. And now that it's cooling off again, the snow is kind of packing into an ice. So there was always a lot of stuff that was down in here. I never messed with cutting it up because it was pretty rotten. Like this one right here too. So like all this stuff could all be pushed out. So I'm thinking like starting off in the distance, they're just taking this whole thing, just sweeping this, pushing all this stuff off, probably that way to where it starts dropping off pretty quickly. And then if you look, I think that marker is pretty close. There's a pink marker, and then to the right of that you'll see there's a post. I won't focus. Well, there's a post out there that's pretty close to where the property line is. And if we turn this way too, there's another pink ribbon. Those I put up kind of just eyeing up where the pin was in the back here. So anyway, if we come around here, there was a tree back here too I was going to take down, but then I didn't. Oh, I'm standing right next to it. Anyway, so I spent the last, I don't know, probably hour, I'd say. I don't know, I really didn't look. It was good therapy. Pushing some stuff around here. So that bigger chunk that was out here before, pushed that, kind of pushing that towards the side property line there, which is a ways off yet, but just to push that off because the path would run through here, and then this is all kind of just random stuff. So I did some pushing around here, and I don't know, I think this is a really good location. It's just, like I said, it's going to be hard to get stuff back here, but you can see like where we came from, the four-wheelers right there. So like this whole area from like the four-wheeler to where we're standing to where the trail comes up here, that's all high ground. And then once you get past that, you'll see as the trail goes down, it kind of tapers off. So this is probably the highest area here, and I think it's a good spot. Like I said, it's in the back here. It's just, I don't know how I'd get stuff back here, and maybe that's just part of the trick of doing it, figuring out how I'm going to do that. But I don't know if you got any input. I'm always listening. I always like hearing stuff. So, but I think what I'll do is probably clear the rest of this out. I don't know. I got a friend who burns wood, and I know he's been itching to come up here. So I think if I end up going and doing this area here, then all the rest of the stuff like this here, this, that, those three, whatever that is there, and then, well, yeah, obviously this one that's broke off in front of us there, that would come down as well. But there's some of the more mature stuff that you could make a load real quick back in this area. It's just that we got to truck it out of here to get it to the front of the property. But you can see this is all basically just like brush in here. There isn't really any mature trees. And again, you can see the four-wheeler through there. So I think this would be a great spot. You'd have more than enough room to bring stuff in. Maybe it's just a matter of making a path that you can get a cement truck back here, and then making sure he's got enough room to turn around, because otherwise if he's got to back out, it's going to be almost impossible. So all right, that's going to be it for now. I'm going to head home here. I've been out here a long time today. So all right.